welcome. It is a semi-live podcast. My name is AJ.
And I am Bill.
And welcome to A&B Sports Media, the podcast.
The podcast.
It's a fun one because we actually, we're doing a little draft day. So we're actually recording this during draft day. It's round one, and we're watching it. So
Yeah. And we're getting drunk.
a little bit,
Lightly.
Yeah, we got some, Bill, you want to give us a little, look at and tell us what we're drinking right now?
Sure. We are drinking, sorry to everyone in Ireland that watches, all one of you, Aberlour. It is a
Oh, that's good.
Tipsy, I don't know if I said that right, single malt Scotch whiskey, double cask matured, aged 12 years old. This was bought and purchased by my friend Alex that gave it to me for my birthday.
Woo!
So thank you, Alex, and cheers.
All right, we got opening remarks right now for Roger Goodell. This is going to be kind of like a scuffed one. We honestly didn't really prepare. This is kind of like, you know what, this seems like a cool idea. Might as well go with it.
Yes, so we're going to follow along.
Let's all boo Roger Goodell real quick. Boo! As is tradition.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see who actually gets picked, within the first 5 picks, because realistically, Bryce Young's probably going to be the first one to go.
Is he?
Yeah, he realistically probably is.
Cool, because I have no idea what's happening.
After the first 5 is where it gets really interesting.
I dig it.
So the first 5 are kind of like lock-ins, and then afterwards, no one knows really what's going to happen. No one knows who's going to pick what. And of course, our big thought process right now is, who are the Eagles going to pick at 10? Is it by John Robinson?
Definitely by John Robinson.
Jalen Carter? Are they going to draft? And I'll start war crimes. Are they going to draft Luke Van Ness? Or are they going to trade up, trade back? No one has any idea. And Howie's been doing a great job of spewing some little rumors here and there, making sure no one has any idea what we're doing. Okay, well, God damn it. They're bringing out Patrick Mahomes
and
and
the trophy.
Travis Kelce, yeah, because it seems like this is in Kansas City.
They won, so I kind of get it.
Boo. Fuck you.
Yeah, they won.
You're too nice of a fucking fan base. God damn it.
Boo.
Boo. Let me pull up Twitter. Let me see what Twitter is going to be saying. I'll give a huge shout out to my Dynasty League Fantasy Football, ESPN NFL 2K5.
Represent.
A bunch of absolute degenerates. Absolute degenerates. So if you guys hear anything that you're saying, that's your fault. All right?
Yes, it is. Way to go. All your fault. In the meantime, what we'll probably be doing, just because I don't have a lot to talk about as much, because when it comes to the draft, I don't know. But just a note, I am currently just been drinking whiskey all day, went to cigar bars, I got a nicotine high. I'm going through a lot in life right now. Don't buy condos, kids. It doesn't help. So I'm here just to be comedic relief and then talk about the occasional MMA fight in between picks.
Do we have anything, you know what, screw it. Let's just see what we got. Let's see what Twitter is going to say. First of all, let's give a shout out to the Phillies for making a nice little win. They had a huge comeback win yesterday, and the pitching starting to come together. So
it's finally working. They're 13-13.
No more losing record. We're at 500, baby.
I will take the 500 for right now, but we got to make sure they win the next couple games. But most importantly, they need a win on May 9th. Do you know why?
Why?
That's when we're getting glizzy shoved down our throat, baby. Dollar Dog Night, baby. Let's go.
I love Dollar Dog Night.
Dollar Dog Night is always a test. AJ, over, under. I'm going to say.
For me?
Yes, for you. 5.5 hot dogs, over, under.
Over.
Are you going to eat that many?
I'm going to go with the over.
You're going with the over?
I'm going with the over.
I'm going to take the under.
You're going to take the under?
I'm taking the under on 5.5 hot dogs for 1 beer at the game.
What are we shaking on?
If you eat more than 5.5 hot dogs, I'm assuming that you're going to have a heart attack. But if you do that, you get a beer.
All right. Shake on that.
If not, then I get a beer.
Yeah, I like that. I like these odds.
Here's my reasoning, though. Here's my reason why I picked 5.5.
Why?
You got to eat basically 6 hot dogs. Now, you have to do that within a 9-inning span. It's going to depend on how the game's going, too.
That is very true, but it's also going to depend on the degenerates we're with, because we're with how many people?
I think we're around 10.
I have 6.
So I have 8. So 14.
Solid 14 people. Jesus Christ.
It's going to be a mess.
It's going to be fun. Last time we went, it wasn't Dollar Dog Night, but we still We still went to Xfinity afterwards and got absolutely slammered.
I don't think we're doing Xfinity. Me and Jamie are.
No.
Me and my girlfriend are not. We're going home. We got work the next day.
Sad.
And then I got, actually, no, this is important. I got a mini golf the next day. I got to take that seriously. Did you see on TikTok? I don't know who these guys are, and I'm sorry if any of the 6 listeners know who I'm talking about. Please email us and tell me who these are. There's guys that were going out sports betting in Florida for mini golf. There was a specific hole, the hole 4, that they had an over-under of 1.5 people to make a hole in one. They bet money on this, and I'm talking like a couple $100 just to do this bet.
Oh my God.
I was like, damn, I thought I was a degenerate, but no, there's more. They're better. They're smarter.
They're bigger. So we got Carolina on for the first pick right now.
Do we?
Still got 8 minutes left.
All right.
Carolina had an atrocious season. They had Sam Darnold, who was looking to kind of come back and be kind of like a revival. His career faltered with the Jets. Did not do too well. Everyone was kind of like, well, it's a situation around him.
Yes, it is.
And granted, it was like there was just no talent.
Correct.
But then he kind of kept getting beat up a few years, and then the Jets were like, you know what, we're gonna trade you to Carolina, and he went there. Played for a year or two. Ended up getting hurt, and even when he was playing, he wasn't doing that too well anyway. Yeah. And then ended up signing with, I believe, the 49ers, if I'm correct.
Okay.
But Carolina, they picked up Baker Mayfield, or they had Baker Mayfield.
They did.
When he was trying to also revive his career, and
Didn't do too bad though.
He didn't. He was pretty ass at Carolina, to be objective about it. But he went to the Rams and was actually pretty decent.
That's
there.
what you know what I was thinking of the Rams when he went there because he didn't do bad there. Now, while I'm in here, I forgot I got logged out of Twitter because I need to pull up my own what's it called account. I need to pull up the post because I'm bringing back before this starts a quick rerun of the bets that I had for last week for UFC real fast. But I can't remember my username and account password for it, so way to go, me.
Attaboy, proud of you. All right, let's see what we got going on in our group chat. I sent a picture of us in our little setup, and I got a return of this exact same bottle.
Really? Where's that at?
It's at Ram Jam. No, good old Ramit. He actually had the same bottle. So
Jealous.
yeah, he's going to be drinking that.
Way to go. Good move. Okay, so just jumping back real quick before, as I said, I'm going to try to talk about UFC in between a few things just while we have downtime.
Yes.
I don't have much to go on. There was also a boxing event that came on too. Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. You watched that as well. At least I think you did. Did you? Sort of.
The boxing match?
Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of half asleep, but I was there.
That's fine. So let me just pull up the bets that I had. I had 3 bets, basically. And I was wrong, but I was close. And I'm happy about that enough. So just to go through UFC real quick, because there was only one fight that I really gave a shit about, was the main event. It was Sergey Pavlovich versus Curtis Blades. He's currently, he was on a 5-fight win streak, all in the first round via knockout. He has now made it to 6.
Well, would you look at this?
And I was right in that it was going to be in the first round, but I had it between the first minute and the second minute. However, his knockout came in at 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Still, fantastic job, Sergey. You are now going to be in title contention against probably John Jones or Stipe, most likely John Jones. Some people are calling him the White Ngannou, which is a very scary thing to be called because Ngannou is a scary motherfucker. So we'll see. Congrats to Sergey. Beyond that, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia fought on April 22nd as well. That was actually a very good boxing match. Ryan Garcia got knocked down at round number 2 and could not fully recover. And unfortunately, in round number 7, received a nice body shot that kept him down for the rest of it and lost via TKO to Javante Davis in round number 7.
I remember that.
Yes.
I actually bet for Davis to get go all the way and win. So
Nah,
like 12 rounds.
I told you that wasn't going to happen.
I know, but even when he took that body shot, he was still up for like 4 or 5 seconds and then
was.
just dropped.
That body shot's hit afterwards. It feels like a hangover when you wake up. You feel fine for a second, and then it all comes at you. But I had for those fights, Davis to win in round 4, didn't happen. And then I had Garcia to win in round 7. I was wrong on the person, but I was right on the round, so go me. Since I don't bet, I don't care. But if you take these bets, I don't know how you should feel about that.
I feel like that's an accurate assumption.
Anyway, honest to God, this weekend when it comes to UFC, there is not much going on. So what I'm basically going to do is while we got downtime, I will start going through fights, but at the same time, I'm just going to make wild accusations and bets.
All right. I like the sound of that.
Why not? Why not? In the meantime, there is actually one other league that is going on that I did want to bring up. It is known as the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC. And they are fighting this weekend as well. I'm looking up the times right now because that event is actually a pretty big one if you are a fan of the UFC. And that is Mike Perry versus Luke Rockhold in Denver, Colorado. I'm trying to find out exactly what time. But that will be at 8 o'clock Mountain Time, or Eastern Standard Time. So that's in one day. So we're going to see how this goes. Platinum Mike Perry actually had a shit career in the UFC after a while. Turned it around with BKFC, is now 2-0. Whereas Luke Rockhold just came off a loss against Paulo Costa in the UFC, retired from there, but isn't done with it yet. They are fighting at 185 pounds. Remember, this is bare knuckle boxing, no kicking, no elbows, none of that. It is just straight up, as quoted by Joe Rogan, a pure slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
And the
here we
pick
go.
is in. Roger Goodell, what do you have for us? With the first pick
You need
in
to
the
speak louder.
2023 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Bryce Young.
Are
So,
we shocked?
Like I said, it was kind of like a given at this point. We knew he was going to go first overall pick, but now the floodgates have started. Now we'll start to see, like, realistically, who goes where. I mean, Houston can either go Anthony Richardson, a QB with outrageous athleticism, or C.J. Stroud, who was honestly the second QB to go in this draft, but at this point now we don't know. Bryce Young was the easiest. He was the top dog. He was the number one choice to go. Played at Alabama, performed at a very high level, and now he'll be the franchise player for the Carolina Panthers. So excited for this young man to have a fun career, and excited to see who picks him in my dynasty league. So I'm excited to see who Houston picks. They really can go C.J. Stroud. I don't think it'll be Will Levis, but it's realistically C.J. Stroud or Anthony Richardson. So
I'm going to go CJ.
yeah, I think
I
it'll
don't
be.
know who these people are. Go CJ.
I think it'll be C.J. It's just another QB from Oklahoma. He also played at a very high level. So we'll see what it is. You good there?
I'm just looking at the glass because we are currently drinking this whiskey, as we have already said. He served us a nice, lovely rocks glass with a little cigar holder, too. Lit. But the glass is square, so I keep drinking out of the corner because I'm afraid if I try the other way, it will spill. And I'm concerned by it. But either way, did I fuck up this code? I'm actually logging into Barstool for the first time in over a month.
Wow, look at that.
It's just so I can get the odds.
All right, let's see what good old Twitter's saying. Let's see. So there was I actually had this discussion a little bit ago that the Eagles fan base, as big as trolls they are very realistic and probably one of the more in tune of the fan bases to their actual teams and their actual sport. The reason I say this is because there was a poll and it said, by John Robinson and Jalen Carter, both at number 10, who are you picking? Realistically, the need of the team and what we've constantly been doing throughout the years have been building through our trenches, building through the D-line and through the O-line. And also Jalen Carter, if he has some possible off-field issues, but when he was with N'Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis in Georgia, he actually was on his best behavior, and they kept him in line. So that would be the perfect spot, realistically, for him, is the Eagles. And he is a superstar-level talent, but same with Bijan Robinson. He's really been pushing to kind of come to the Eagles. He wants to play with Jalen Hurts. But the fan base ended up voting for Jalen Carter. It was like 65% to 35%. And that was a little surprising to me. I thought it would be a lot closer because I thought there would be a civil war. But it's interesting to see. So we already do have a trade. Apparently, this is later down the line. I think it's a third-round pick. The Eagles have traded pick 94 and a 2024 fifth-round pick to the Cardinals for pick 66. That's actually interesting. So
That it is.
That's like round 3, like the very first pick, or the second pick, I believe.
That it is.
And some people are saying it's a result of a settlement from Arizona tampering in the hiring of Jonathan Gannon, because he did go and talk to Arizona literally right after the Super Bowl. He didn't even fly home with the Eagles, and within the next 2 days, he was hired.
Yeah, that's a little tampery.
A little tampery, but now the Eagles hold picks 10, 30, 62, 66, 219, and 248. So
That is a
we have
lot.
we have a lot of premium picks, and today is only the first round. So we'll have rounds pick 10 and pick 30. There's some discussion where a lot of people are saying realistically we should probably trade down pick 10.
Yeah.
Especially if Jalen Carter's in there. Get some picks, get some more of them, more draft capital, and realistically with the pick 10, you can still stay in the first round while also getting more picks down the line.
I have a question.
What's the question?
This is just because I'm looking at all the fans here at the, draft.
Mm-hmm.
What do? You just sit there and drink and enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean it's like an event. So
It's
they
a
have,
celebration
yeah,
of football coming around.
They have like bars. They have music playing. They
Okay.
have like little places where you can sit and stand.
Would you go to a draft?
If in Philly, yes,
Okay.
100%. In Tennessee, absolutely,
Yeah, that makes more sense,
because
too.
it's on Broad Street in Nashville.
Because you are in your country.
Yeehaw! But no, like
Yeehaw.
not even just country. I think Philly is my favorite city by far, but the best probably party just street. It's this
Yeah.
huge ass street called Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee. All types of bars, all types of restaurants. The vibes are immaculate. On the weekends, like around like 9 o'clock to maybe like 11, 12 o'clock, they'll close down Broadway. So you walk out the bar and you're just walking through like this like 15 to 20-foot street, just like of just a whole bunch of other people drinking, having a good time. And I don't think I saw a fight once, and I went there twice. So that's like 7 to 8 days of pure drinking in Nashville, and there was not one fight, especially on Broadway.
That is actually quite impressive, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, the vibes are immaculate. People love being there. I'm not joking. Every bar you'll find at least 4 bachelorette parties.
I was going to say, how many bachelorette parties did you see? Because there is probably a ton. Oh, here we go.
And the Texans pick is in. With the second pick of the 2023 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select C.J. Stroud. So like we said, the first few picks are going to be kind of like gimmies. We knew he was going to get picked there. There was a little concern where they did a test, and he kind of scored very poorly. It normally shows you just kind of like your intelligence level, but I mean, his excuse was, I'm bad at tests, I'm great at football, and I think that sold him. So, kind of good fits for both. C.J. Stroud definitely plays more in the Texans playbook a little bit better, and then Bryce Young will be very good with the Panthers. They also got a good amount of weapons. I know Miles Sanders went there, rooting the best for him. I think he'll have a fantastic day, or a fantastic season. But now looks like C.J. Stroud to the Texans, and then we got Arizona coming up next.
Alrighty. So I actually already have a bet for UFC coming up for this weekend, and it's my favorite guy to say his name for.
That's what I like to hear.
You ready for it? His name is Song Yadong.
Song Yadong. I love
SONG
it.
space YADONG. You heard that right here, folks. Song Yadong, he is fighting Ricky Simon this weekend. He is the main event on UFC Fight Night at the Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, April 29th. I will be betting on him because right now he's already at plus 100 against Ricky Simon. Honest to God, I think he's getting a bad rep from his last loss against Corey Sandhagen. I think he should be considered more of a threat, and I will definitely be putting money on him. So when I pull him up, there it is. Barstool got me good. I just checked Barstool, and they're at minus 106 for Song. I'm going to go by the method, though. Song Yadong by KO is plus 195. That makes sense. If I could do it by the round, I'm going to be doing a fight parlay instead. I would like Song Yadong by knockout in round number 2. That's a plus 1,000 payout right there. If you put $5 on it, it's a $55 payout. If you put 10, that's a 110 payout.
But as we all know, $5 max.
$5 max, that is the limit.
That's actually really good returns. But then again, do you really think he'll be able to KO him in
the second
round 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe it. I think Ricky Simon, though, is a hell of a fighter. I think it will go. I think it can go beyond round 3, even to round 4 or round 5, because the main event is 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Song Yadong really has striking that is going to be a little bit leagues better than Ricky Simon. I'm not trying to shit on Ricky Simon because I think he's a fantastic fighter. Because definitely when it comes to the bantamweight division, the top 15 are scary. So, although I want to see Song Yadong keep climbing up, I really want to see him try to have another rematch with Corey Sandhagen because that did end via doctor's stoppage. It didn't end by knockout. He had got a cut and they had to stop the fight. But I'm going on Song Yadong. In the meantime, don't forget, next week, or this weekend coming up, too, Formula One, you have the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. As I've been saying over this whole week, I didn't want to talk about it until now. That's going to be at Sunday, April 30th at 7 o'clock in the morning. So if you're waking up hungover at 7 a.m. to fucking turbo engines running around in laps on laps on laps, you're waking up right.
Also, very cool little tidbit here. C.J. Stroud just became the first Ohio State QB to be selected in the top 10 of the NFL draft in 41 years.
Wow, holy shit, really?
Holy hell, yeah.
I did not know that.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Good for him. I'm curious who Arizona's going to pick.
I have
with
no
theirs,
idea.
if they're going to trade out. But they have a lot of pieces they really need to fix up. Kyler Murray, they can kind of afford to keep going with him for a few years. He did sign a huge contract, but kind of injury prone a little bit and slowly starting to decline. His first few years were phenomenal. We thought he was going to be a superstar, but starting to show a little bit of some issues wanting to learn a lot of the playbook and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
But he's got innate talent and he's a hard ass worker. So we're going to see if he commits within these next few years and brings Arizona to a really good spot. But they have a lot of places that they need to fix up, offensive and defensively. So we'll see who they pick. I actually want to throw out a shout out to Ram Jam Ramit. He actually made a bet.
Did he?
Yeah, I'll pull up the bet right
There
now.
you
It's the Bijan Robinson bet. So this is what he bet. It was Bijan over 12.5 picks. So that necessarily means that after the 12th pick, his bet hits. It was plus 225, and he took it. So he's believing that Bijan Robinson is going to go below the 12th pick of the draft.
So it has to be before the 12th pick.
So if it's 1 through 12, it doesn't hit.
Oh, it has to be after the 12th
Yeah.
pick. I'm sorry. Okay.
So it's really based on a few factors, whether the Falcons or the Birds pick him, because they are the two main teams that realistically would pick Bijan Robinson.
I could do the NFL
Eagles
draft.
just because like that offense would be fucking disgusting if they pick him, and the Falcons because he's honestly a good fit, and even though they don't really need a running back, like he's a generational talent where like he would definitely help Desmond Ridder and a whole bunch of other people. So. Hoping that he hits that. I did say, though, too, and I'll be a man of my word, I'll put it out into the universe, that if Bijan Robinson gets picked by the Eagles, I'm buying my whole Dynasty League these shirts. It's by John.
I'm not a part of that dynasty league either.
Nope, but you know what, Bill? I'll get you one too. Might as well.
I'll hold you to that. That's now in the world.
It's it's $25, so hopefully you don't sell out in time once he does get picked. So we got some fun ones. I'll also I want to bring up the Phillies just a little bit more.
Yep.
The daycare is starting to pick up. The Philly daycare. And what I mean by that is Bryson Stott, Brandon Marsh, and Alec Baum are really the heroes of the season so far. Castellanos is having a revenge tour, but with Stott, Marsh, and Baum being the young perennial talents that we're going to have for a while there, it's good to see them start to pick up the whole team and essentially like bring them to that next level. And it's honestly working because now we're at 500. When at the beginning of the season, it looked really bad.
That is very true. Otherwise, NBA, just as a heads up, you also have tonight at 8:30 Boston Celtics versus the Atlanta Hawks.
Hold on. The Texans just traded for the third pick from Arizona. They picked 2 and then immediately traded for number 3, and they have their pick in.
Oh, wow, that was fast. Huh, how about that? While that's going on, I'm going to pull up the NBA bracket.
I love the Texas organization right now. They really fucked up for a while, but the chaos that they're ensuing, top tier. Keep it up.
They're going for it.
All right, I'm excited. Let's see what we got. Goodell, get your ass on stage. I need to know. He is taking his sweet ass
Yes,
time.
he is. Hurry the hell up. I'm running out of whiskey.
Well, we got plenty more. Here he comes.
Moving slowly. Why don't you go hang out with Dave Portnoy?
Stop smiling, dickhead. Arizona Cardinals have traded the third pick to the Houston Texans. And with the third pick, the Houston Texans have selected in the 2023 NFL Draft Will Anderson Jr., linebacker, who is, again, a generational stud linebacker. So right away, they've addressed their QB problem, and now they have a young stud in their linebacker core that can help them develop that defense. And honestly, their defense was pretty decent last year. That was the one thing is they always kept teams to low scores, but the offense kept not scoring. So
yeah, they got to figure that out. But hopefully with the new QB, it will work out.
Yep. So now next we have Indy at 4. So this is where we're thinking that Anthony Richardson is going to get picked.
Gotcha.
And I'm curious to see what Seattle picks.
I have no idea. So just looking at the NBA playoff bracket right now, shockingly, did you see this?
What?
Miami beat the Miami Heat beat Milwaukee.
Yeah.
4-1 in the series. They will be playing New York Knicks in the conference semifinals. As you know, Philadelphia's sitting there waiting for this next game coming up. You got, again, live at 8:30 tonight, the Boston Celtics versus the Atlanta Hawks. Yes, Atlanta Hawks. They're playing it, and right now, I actually was looking at the money line for the Atlanta Hawks. It's currently at plus 320. Not bad. That series is 3-2 for Boston, so this is do or die for Atlanta. They got to pull it out for 2 more games to do a reverse sweep. I'd love to see it. Otherwise, Denver and Minnesota. Denver won 4-1 in their series, and they will be playing against Phoenix in the conference semifinals. Right now, though, on the other side of the Western Conference, we're still waiting for Sacramento and Golden State to finish it out. Golden State is 3-2 right now, and LA versus Memphis is 3-1 in their series. So hopefully we'll be hearing about it soon. So we have our semifinals from there.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
I really hope the Hawks kind of pull it back out because I really don't want to play Boston in the semifinals. I think we have a better chance against them. Boston's just such a rival team that we struggle with every year. So
Bring the smoke.
yeah. But honestly, if it's a Boston one, though, I'm going to try to get tickets because I know that shit will be lit.
It'll be super lit. And honestly, thank you, Trae Young, for giving Joel Embiid a little bit more time to rest up. So the game's looking to be Monday. We'll see if Boston or Trae Young decides to cut Boston's leg off. We'll see, though. But the big story was, obviously Miami Heat defeated the Bucks, and Jimmy Butler was sensational. Charles Barkley was saying how essentially that was the best playoff basketball he has ever seen.
Yeah.
like ever, which is just watching that is crazy. So shout out to Giannis. It wasn't a perfect response, but it was a better than nothing response. So a reporter asked him, he was like, "Hey, listen, so like you guys, lost the past few years and haven't really been living up to potential, especially as a number one seed. Do you see this season as a failure?" And Giannis kind of took that a little personally. He was like, "Listen, like no, like do you think all the seasons beforehand were like failures, like us getting to the playoffs? No, it's like each step you're learning, you're doing more." And he actually even said too, he was like, "Hey, oops, sorry, didn't mean to go there. Didn't want to get too personal, and then would kind of like veer off." So like you could see that he was trying to be very objective with it. And as much as I agree with him, as much that each loss like gives you a learning experience and gets you moving forward. You guys were number one, pretty much going into this. You lost to a number 8, which I think there's only 6 teams ever that have had that happen. And now Miami's the 6th. So it's pros and cons. I mean, granted, I give him props for not like kind of reaming the guy out, but also at the same time, you got to be objective with it. It definitely was a failure, especially where your goals were.
Yeah.
Like if they're lofty goals and then you're just missing a little bit below, I get that, but like you were number one. You guys had to make it out of at least the first round. So we got the Indianapolis Colts. The pick is in. Probably either Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. So we'll see what happens. Roger Goodell taking a sweet ass time.
I know it's getting annoying.
Well, because they want to do like interviews with like everyone else and like make sure that they're getting their time in the sun and stuff
True.
like that. We actually might not make it to the Eagles pick
Probably not. No.
because we're already at 30 minutes of this podcast.
Damn, we're flying through.
Yeah, draft day, baby. So, but I at least want to get to the Eagles pick, but we'll see how it goes. We don't want to make this podcast too much longer.
Yeah, no. We don't want to go above and beyond. This one is a weird live episode, so we're seeing how it works as we sit there and look at the Indianapolis Colts. As is one of the guys there's just chewing with his mouth open, just waiting and waiting.
Waiting.
Otherwise, if you're looking into Formula One bets, Fernando Alonso to win the Grand Prix plus 1,200, not a bad bet. I know you have to beat Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez, but he's been holding up. That's not bad for 1,200.
That ain't
If
bad.
you can find a website that does top 3, do that one though. That's the safer bet. Otherwise, in UFC, I'm going to butcher his name. He probably will never know, but that's okay. Michael Okunzinjuk, because he's from Poland. I can't help that.
Okay.
I
fair
have
enough.
him fight by knockout because it's plus 650. He has had a bunch of first round knockouts, 13 of them so far, plus 650. I was like, fuck it, why not?
All right, Roger Goodell finally lumbered his fat ass onto the stage with the 4th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. The Indianapolis Colts select Anthony Richardson.
Gasp.
So this was really the biggest toss up to see like who was picking first, Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. Now, honestly, this is where it kind of gets very interesting because now we don't know what teams are going to do.
What's going on?
Because a lot of teams have needs, but once you start getting into these types of picks, you're getting like superstars. You don't want to pass them up just because you need a linebacker or a cornerback. So it's going to be interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Also, Houston, what they gave up for that number 3 pick, they gave up the 12th pick this year, the 33rd pick this year, a first rounder next year, and a third rounder next year. So they went all in on those 2 players, and honestly, I think they hit on both of them.
Yeah, no, I agree. Couldn't tell what that guy was smoking.
That was Gene Segura.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a good old, absolutely hammered Twitter handle. I do want to give a shout out though, Jerry Springer, our boy.
Yes.
Our boy Jerry Springer, unfortunately, has passed away. Biggest instigator, but also biggest person of unveiling the truth. So, sad to see that he passed away. Our friend said he was half of his childhood, and honestly, he was. Someone also was like, his childhood was fantastic because he'd wake up to Jerry Springer at 3 a.m. in a cold sweat. So, Um, sad
I mean,
about it.
you would watch that when you were getting babysit by your grandmother at home when your parents are going to work. That's usually how I felt with Jerry. I would watch him anytime I was at my grandmother's house, watching all the drama, people doing backflips when they weren't the father. It was some wild shit. I love Jerry for that reason alone.
So I'm curious here what the Steelers are going to do because they did give Geno Smith a 3-year contract, and he definitely played out of his mind. He got the comeback player of the year, and he definitely deserved every dollar of that contract. But now, really, who do they need? Because their wide receiver core is pretty good. Their running back is pretty good. Maybe they bolster their O-line. Maybe they bolster their safeties, their quarterbacks. I know that necessarily they're going to need some linebacker help too moving forward. So this might be a defensive pick, but who knows what they could just trade out.
They could, yeah.
There have been some interesting talks that the Eagles have laid the groundwork to move up into the draft and get the players that they wanted. So we'll see what happens there.
Hopefully it does, so we can see the Eagles win.
Yeah, if the Eagles move up, that'll be fun. Or at least, we find out that they trade it back, in which case, we'll be happy with that.
Yeah, that's fine too. Now the question is, after the first night, does the days get like when it comes to the draft, do they keep this day the days going of all this partying, or is it just today?
No, so they'll have the parties going on, but obviously the first day is
the big day. Yeah.
First and second days. So the first day is the big day. You get your first rounders. Your second day is second to third, I believe.
Yeah.
And then your third day is 4 to 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they spread it out. The Sunday they don't really not a lot of people go to, but obviously those are crucial because those are a lot of your project guys. Those are a lot of your sleepers, your gems that you kind of just you find Tom Brady, for instance, round 7. Just saw a guy I'm pretty sure was coked out of his mind. That scared the hell out of me a little bit.
I've actually seen people do coke at Eagles games. It's weird.
Interesting.
I'm there to get absolutely shit faced, but
Yeah, you guys are just making it weird.
Yeah, kind of.
So Anthony Richardson, good old 4th overall pick for the Indianapolis Colts. I'm excited to see him play because him with Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman. They do need a little O-line help, so that's curious to see if they start getting that. But the defense kind of took a tumble. Their defense normally is a staple of necessarily what their team identity is.
Yeah.
But that also is kind of a key for the QB play as well. Matt Ryan played atrociously. I don't think he'll get any job after that year, which is a shame because
Probably not.
he was a perennial QB that kind of especially in the fantasy leagues and everything like that. He was your above average QB for at least a decade. So sad to see kind of him fall off that way. We definitely had huge ambitions for him with the Colts behind with Jonathan Taylor, who unfortunately got hurt, but they still had some studs behind him too. You have Michael Pittman, who was developing into a wide receiver 1. Alec Pierce, who was coming as a rookie, but he was playing phenomenal as well. So it's a little sad to see how his season ended, but it kind of needed to happen.
Yeah, it did.
So we got a commercial, which pisses me off, but we got 2 more minutes on Seattle. We'll see if they make the pick.
Yeah, I was going to ask how you felt about Trevor Bauer going to Japan.
He's a POS. I don't want to get too much into it, but he's what? Play in Japan, get fucking smacked. I'm fine with that.
Alrighty, that's what I ask.
Another person I want to call out is Fernando Tatis as well. He was caught with steroids, PEDs. Caught with PEDs, and instead of getting suspended for it, which he was proven to get. He got suspended in the major leagues, but he also was hurt, so he was doing his rounds in the minor leagues, making sure he's rehabilitating and getting through it.
Yes.
So that doesn't make sense to me. It's I get that if you're rehabilitating, I get that, but you got caught with PEDs. You should not be playing in the minor leagues at all.
That's actually very true.
And then he gets up to the majors, and he finally plays, and all the fans are yelling, "He's on steroids!" And he's dancing to it. He's dancing to it.
Because he knows.
I mean, I get it. I get if you're okay, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna dance and make this mine.
Yeah.
At the same time, you're proving the cheat. Like, you do not get
Yeah.
to be this arrogant. So, shout out to him for being an absolute dickhead.
Boo! All right, we're waiting for the commercial to end.
The
So-
pick is in though.
It is in for Seahawks, so we're waiting on that.
I want to give our friend Bill here a shout out. Actually,
We don't talk about this.
we don't talk about anything.
Exactly.
But Bill's playing a game and he's doing pretty well. I
So
won't
far.
say what it is, but you can use your imagination.
You actually can't because it's not one I would normally play.
That is true. It's not, but you know what? It's working.
It is working so far.
Did I just get spoiled for the number 5th pick?
Probably.
Oh, nope. There were. Oh, I think I got spoiled to it. And it's an interesting pick actually. I didn't expect that.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
If I'm correct, I'll show you that.
Oh wow.
Oh, I'll give the listeners a heads up. It's on the defensive side of the ball.
Is it? Okay. They are going to be so shocked when they already have watched the game. I keep saying game. I'm sorry, draft. I just knocked the.
So I
microphone
need
around, I'm sorry.
them to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I
country
really
music
just,
playing.
hello dog.
We have our dog here.
Cabana down here, just itching away. Welcome back.
By Marriott Hotels. You know where to stay? Apparently Marriott. I had no idea.
There is a few shout outs I want to give though, some birthday shout outs. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah, we
talking
do.
about?
Yeah, it took me a second. I was like, "Oop, wait, who did I forget to message on Facebook?"
So we'll do the first one. His was on, I believe, Monday. Rav Eoli. Good old Rav. Happy birthday, buddy, you old fart.
He is
yeah,
old.
Yeah, we have another one also coming up, John Yokis. We're all celebrating that this Friday, so I am terribly not ready for that because that's going to be a lot of
It's
drinking.
a long day.
We have some Brewers crew. Chelsea's birthday is this weekend. Happy birthday, Chelsea. And then also our friend Hannah. But the Seahawks pick is in, and they select, Devin Witherspoon, cornerback from Illinois.
Woo!
Like I said, it was spoiled a
He's
little bit,
leaving
but
Illinois.
I did not expect them to go cornerback. As much as they definitely, this makes a lot of sense. Not a lot of mock drafts had Devin Witherspoon going this high up.
Yeah. Oh, good for him though.
Right.
Finally leaving Illinois.
Right. Good
I don't
for
have
him.
any actually problem with Illinois. Now just realizing it was Indiana. I'm sorry. I have a lot of weird, raging hate for random states.
Raging hate for India. I need you to go a little more detailed.
It's not actually Illinois or Indiana. Indiana, no, I actually have hate for, but it's actually because of my job. So I can't really go into detail about what I do. Connecticut, I just hate for no blatant reason whatsoever.
Fair enough. But
You know what you did?
Connecticut,
You know what you did, Connecticut.
Connecticut.
You know what you did.
Fucking Connecticut.
I know. I've seen these people from Connecticut. I ain't about it.
So going off of the mock draft that we had off of ESPN.
Just complaining about random things. We're trying to build time, so I decide to complain.
Well, just going off of some mock drafts here. This is off of ESPN. It's pretty much been right on board outside of the fact that instead of Arizona picking Will Anderson Jr., it was the Texans again going in and making a trade for Will Anderson Jr., and then they had Seattle picking Jalen Carter at D tackle.
Okay.
But they instead went up with a CB, and I think he is an absolute stud. I think he'll be
Oh, yeah.
he'll be along the lines of like a little Sauce Gardner too. We'll see if he performs like Sauce Gardner because that man was unfucking real this season.
That he was, yeah.
He was another Revis Island. Don't get lost in the sauce. So we have so this mock draft has DN Tyree Wilson going in the 6th for the Lions. I think that makes a lot of sense. We'll see necessarily what happens there. They actually Devin Witherspoon. They had them go into the Falcons at the 8th pick. So I'm curious. But we'll see what Detroit does here. I mean,
I'm
they're
curious.
kind of that dark horse that honestly they
I really
should-
wanted them to get to the playoffs.
they
last
should
year.
have made playoffs last
They
year.
should
They
have.
played way too good of football.
I agree.
To not make the playoffs. And they didn't have all the pieces either.
They didn't.
But they did pretty well.
Detroit's that team that you're always rooting for because you know how they start every year, and you're just like, oh, goddamn. But then they pull it out of nowhere, and then they get wins, and then you feel hype about it.
But something did happen for the Lions, though. They had a few people get caught gambling.
Gambling, you say? Oh,
Gambling.
dear. That's a scare.
How could they?
I'm not about gambling right now.
I couldn't be me.
Nah, it couldn't be me right now either.
But the whole thing is that they had people gambling. The main one, the biggest name was Jameson Williams. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit upset about this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say it's very like when you are a professional like a professional, sports player.
There you go.
I know. I'm figuring it out because I was trying to say it like generically for football, baseball, UFC, whatever. You can't bet. It's just something that you can't do because that really will impact how you play.
Well, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
For him specifically, and there was another player, I forget his name.
Yeah.
He didn't bet on football.
Oh.
He bet on another, another sport. I forget what sport it was.
Oh, so he got in trouble for that.
He was on Detroit's grounds. He was in the facility when he bet these things, which is rough.
That's probably
so he
why.
got a 6-game suspension, and so the other guy. But the other people, normally when you get caught gambling, minimum full year.
Yeah.
And that's what the other guys got. But he at least got the, he kind of got a slap on the wrist. I think that's kind of a little outrageous to be betting on different sports, and you're getting
Yeah, you got to be very careful about that.
I'm curious what the league does necessarily to kind of tell their young kids hey, don't do this shit. These are our rules, because that seems like something that is definitely might be overlooked. Yes, please. So we got a trade in. So we got Arizona is now trading up for the number 6 pick.
It is time for more whiskey for AJ.
Yeehaw! Here we go.
I hope that really got in there though for the sound.
So Arizona could come up big and pick
to
Tyree
Liquid
Wilson, or thoughts here. They might be picking Bijan Robinson.
They could be picking by John Robinson. That'll screw up that bet.
It would screw up the bet, I also wouldn't be spending money on T-shirts. I need this commercial to get out of here. It's IHOP. I've been there before. It's breakfast. The pancakes slap. I get it. But move on. I want football picks.
I know. And now we're just literally looking at American Idol.
Now it's American Idol. We don't want this either. You know what, Bill? I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, kind of
Sure.
get everything in order, and then we'll be right back.
All right, sounds good.
Be right back. Get a little bit.
How about a hit? I was going to say, if you want to... Because hippos are scary, man. They literally eat people whole. It's done. It's been happening.
They already have legs.
Yeah, but now they can fly.
But a shark with legs is just imagine that thing.
Yeah, but I feel depending how the legs are though on a shark, I don't feel like it'll be as. I get that they're tree trunks, but at the same time, I'm thinking of a shark body, and it's gonna wiggle. I think I can get away with that. Where if I saw a flying hippo, you just hear the yawn, and then you're like, oh my god, and then you get picked up, and then or if they turn into birds a little bit, then next thing you know, you got hippo eggs. I understand how scared you are of Sharknado, like Sharkosaurus Rex, but I'm more scared of the hippopotamus with a fucking wings on its back. Hear me out too, because the hippopotamus now is it's now in South America. You hear about this? What? Yes, Chuck Norris beats everyone. We all know that. Chuck Norris literally got bitten by a snake, and the snake died 3 days later in agony. We know how Chuck Norris works.
All right, and we're back. Hope you enjoyed our little commercial about something that we hold near and dear to us.
Yes, it was a very good commercial.
But like I was saying earlier, the Cardinals traded up back for the 6th round pick, and they picked up Paris Johnson Jr., who's an O tackle. So Definitely get the help that Kyler Murray deserves and needs. But now we got Las Vegas Raiders up. And in 3 picks, Bill, in 3 picks after the Raiders, we got our birds, but I don't think it's going to be time enough.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have enough time.
Because we got stuffs to do. We
Yeah,
got
we
stuffs
do.
to do specifically. We got birthdays to celebrate, and it's Thirsty Thursday. Everyone, hashtag Thirsty Thursday, and then give us your go-to drink, and then don't forget to at us at AB Sports Media. A little plug there.
Please don't forget to email us at billandajmedia@gmail.com. I'm still waiting for just one
Just
email.
one, please.
There's literally a fan that is up the stairs that is watching our shows every day, which I greatly appreciate, but has not put in one single email, Ron.
God damn it, Ronald. I know you can hear that too. So I got this hat, right?
It's a hat.
It's a hat. I want you to put your phone up to it, though. What? Put your phone up to it. Tap the phone to it. No, you hold it there. Okay? Unless it only works with iPhones. Ready? I'll show you. Ready?
It's not doing anything either with an iPhone.
Yeah, it is. Go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
Oh, it's a tag.
Yeah, it's a tag, yeah. See, it's on here, though.
So if you lose the hat, you can find it.
No. So it gives you. So I got this hat, and it's got a little sleepy turtle on it, and and here's what the thing says: We are working with Olive Ridley Project. Bless you, Olive Ridley Project, a nonprofit organization with a mission to protect sea turtles and their habitats through rescue and rehabilitation, scientific research, and education and outreach. So essentially, these hats help fund that research.
Oh.
Yeah, so I highly recommend it. If you guys ever want to, you can go to followyourlegend.com/sea turtles. Cute little hat, and also, you know what, cute little turtles that you can save.
Gotta love the sea turtles.
Gotta love the sea turtles.
Turtles.
The pick is in. Well,
For
Roger
the
Goodell
Las
get
Vegas
his
Raiders.
fat ass out here.
No.
Probably not. What do you think of the new mixer?
It's called the PodTrack P4. I don't know. I just turned it on.
Oh?
I did because it runs on battery.
It's going to explode in 30 seconds.
Ah.
Unless Roger Goodell gets his fat ass on the stage.
Oh, cool. It's a date and time. I'm going to let you do all that, though. Oh, it even says goodbye. See you.
So, Bill, I want you to tell our guests while waiting for this pick. What did I bet you this season? What did I say that you had to do and you will get rewarded for it?
The steak dinner?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Let's go right through that. So, way back as we talk about esports sometimes, League of Legends is that game that we play that we have a horrible addiction to. And
I have been a month and a week of not playing this game.
I have been playing only ARAMs, which are a game mode that does not care or matter at all. It's just a free-for-all fun minigame. But the ranked climb for regular League of Legends has a couple different ranks. We're going to just focus on the one called Gold, because getting into Gold for some people, like myself, is difficult. However, I decide to make it even more hell in my life to play one single champion named Shen. Shout out to all the Shen mains out there, because God help us all. We need a buff. Riot, listen to me right now. I want 6 auto Qs. W blocks AoEs. E, he's fine. R's fine too. Anyway, the bet was for me to climb to Gold with Shen only. I wonder if I can pull up the thing with how many games that I played.
I'm confident you can. I'm confident it's on op.gg too.
I can, because I've done op.gg as well. Let's see.
So mind you, to get it, so there's tiers to it. So like there's silver 1 to 4, right? Not 5,
Yep,
4.
4.
Silver 1 to 4.
Yep.
And you have to pretty much win. You get 100 LP. LP is determined just based on like where they think you're at. And each time you're going to go through different ranks, so bronze to silver, silver to gold. You have to play something called promos. So that means you have
Promotions,
to
promotion
win
games.
2 games out of 3. And these are probably the most toxic pieces of shit
Yep.
like you'll ever meet in your life is in your promos.
Yep.
So majority of the time you'll get in promos and like it's like hitting a plateau and you can't break it. You'll consistently just keep hitting it. So Bill, how many games did you play?
95.
He played 95 games. I want y'all to internalize this, right? The season started in January.
Yep.
bare minimum, and I'm not even saying like the 15 or
Yeah.
20, bare minimum, it's 30 minutes per game.
That it is.
And that's not even including champ select, bans. Queue time is waiting for this game. And you played how many?
I played 95 in total, and just a note with this too, I had when it came to ranked specifically, the last game that I played in ranked where I won was a month ago exactly. That's when I got into gold. I will not be playing that anytime soon ever again.
Because
But-
that is rough.
It is, especially playing
rough.
Shen. Fucking hell. Love Shen. Jesus Christ.
He's a strong top laner.
He is a strong top laner. He's fucking wonderful. He has great builds. But at the same time, you have to play around your team. And if your team's a pain in the ass, then fuck, you're screwed. But the reward for this bet was I had to only make it to gold once this split, thank God. And now I receive a lovely, lovely steak dinner from my co-host here.
Hi.
So now we're trying to figure out where that is. We're considering we have a
I
golf
thought we did.
May 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is the next part. Remember that we were considering potentially going down the shore that weekend. May 12th. Remember the MMA event.
Well, no, I thought we picked a venue.
We did. Now, I was going to ask you, though, if you wanted to do it down there instead. That's up to you.
Possibly, because we also want to make sure Isaiah's,
Invited,
there too.
yeah.
But like, I'm only paying for you.
I understand.
I'm glad I'm explicitly saying this.
Yes, because
consistently.
Isaiah keeps trying to stake his way in. Yet he helped. See, when it comes to rank, you can actually play with one friend or one teammate. Otherwise,
It's
yes,
called duo.
It's a duo.
It's
yeah.
solo duo queue.
And Isaiah saved me for the last little bit. Thank you. But yes, we are looking to go to Steak 38 on Route 38 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It's a very nice steakhouse. Highly recommend. Great cocktails, great prime rib. But there has been talks of us going down to Atlantic City because there is a regional MMA event going on called Ring of Combat on May 12th at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
If that does happen, I will be talking more about the event. Ticket prices aren't actually that bad, and if you want ringside seats, they're only about $80, which is actually a lot better than it's worth what they would be compared to what we spent at CFFC.
Really? Wait, what?
So when
Sorry, I was making sure that this pick didn't get leaked to me. And it didn't.
you're good. So when me and AJ went to CFFC,
Did you go to CFFC? The
MMA event,
No.
no.
No, that was you, Rev, Isaiah, James, and there was one other person.
I'm sorry, I thought you were there. Those tickets were about $60-ish, give or take, with tax.
Mhm.
And they were basically first come, first serve. And you can get pretty close, but you couldn't get ringside. Ringside was very expensive for that. However, it could be worth it. With this one, though, with Ring of Combat, ringside seats are only $83, which honestly isn't that bad.
That's not.
And that you get a good view, too. So honestly, if we're going, I may all go for the ringside seats.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal.
Yeah, no. And it's inside the Tropicana Casino, so then I can continue
I
my
love the
gambling addiction.
Tropicana.
They have a nice clubs in the Tropicana, especially Boogie Nights. If you are under the age of 29 and a male, between 21 and 29,
We're getting close.
we're getting close.
We're getting close.
I know. There is Boogie Nights. Go on the first Friday of every month. You will be mentally scarred. That is known as the Cougar and Cub Ball. And shout out to the former Cub of the Month in December of 2022. I'm sorry, November of 2022.
Yeah, there you go.
Mr. Couchy. I can't say his real name. He'll get in trouble.
He also hates his government name.
He does. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, that is on the first Friday of every month. If you're young, you get free admission if you're a guy between 21 to 29. And ladies, women, if you're over 40, you get in for free. Sorry for my girlfriend who had to pay $10 to get in. I'm kidding. I gave her the money because I'm not a horrible person.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, so the pick is in.
And we're still waiting.
The pick is in. I got it spoiled to me already. I have an idea of who it is. So it's kind of crucial to the Eagles. All right, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna wait a second. It's crucial to the Eagles, and it's this kind of makes, honestly, I think this makes the Eagles' choice a little bit easier. I need them to get done this commercial.
Yeah, it's taking too long. So we just got a message in our one group message, and our friend's mom is hanging out with Brandon Graham right now.
Why?
I don't know why. It just happened. But shout out to Fanuka's mom.
I am intrigued. I am very intrigued of why is she hanging out with. But you know what? Good for her.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna edit these pauses so it can close
Yeah,
out.
that's fine.
We got 2 more picks. Might as well wait it
We
out.
can run it out.
Yeah.
It'll be a longer episode. It's the live episode. Why not? Make it long.
The live episode
Will be longer.
Oh.
Uncut.
Oh no. What?
Bigger, longer, and uncut. Ha ha ha.
Ah.
Terrible dick jokes, I know.
Yeah. You're already out on the stage. Just go say it, please.
Let's go, Roger. Let's go.
How do we already know what the pick is before like this man announces it? And this is actually going to be a very pivotal pick.
John C. Riley.
So Sleeper has given the scoop on a whole bunch of these picks before it was even announced. And my friend said they're about to announce this pick, and it's going to crush my dreams. Shane and Chris. Big brothers, big sisters, Kansas City. Oh, this kid just took a deep breath. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. Don't get stage fright. Say it. Say the words. Oh, he's getting stage fright. Oh, he hasn't spoke yet.
Do it. Speak.
With the 8th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Bijan Robinson. And the T-shirts are not paid for. Unfortunately, the bet is not hit. But guess what? I don't spend money on a shirt anymore, and this kid goes to the Falcons, which I think is a very good pick for him. I guess the Eagles didn't really want to move up for him. I realistically think they're going to get Jalen Carter, but I don't know who the Chicago's going to pick. I think maybe they snagged Jalen Carter before us.
I now want a Chicago dog.
Chicago dog.
Chicago.
But good for him. Like throughout all of his kind of like interviews and stuff like that, he seemed like a very like great personality, someone that you could definitely build a locker room around, or help the locker room, kind of move up. And he is legitimately generational talent. To give you guys understanding, running backs don't normally get picked this early. They normally get picked maybe like later down the line, like in the 30th pick to the second round. And actually, we got some we actually might be able to salvage this and not get it too long of an episode. The Eagles just traded for the 9th pick, moving one spot up to the Chicago Bears.
Thank God. We got 8. Oh, it's
and the
already
pick is
Oh,
in.
we are
and the
finishing
pick
early.
is in.
Oh, God. Bring it. Bring it to us. Sock it to me. Because I am yawning like a motherfucker.
Well,
I
you're
am
just a
tired.
fucking grandfather.
I am old, and I admit it.
So I want to say something. In the sleeper group chat, a whole bunch of people are saying boo because Bijan Robinson is not an Eagle. But I'm curious why they jumped in front of Chicago, especially like if they thought Chicago was going to pick their guy. Like, why trade with them? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I have no idea why, because I have no idea what's going on.
All right, who are the Eagles going to pick? So the ideal pick, Jalen Carter, and then obviously we're not going to wait all the way to the very end of the draft. That'll be way too long. But at the very end of the draft, we had the 30th overall pick. A lot of people want to pick Jahmyr Gibbs. Think of Alvin Kamara and how good he is. That's Jahmyr Gibbs.
He's that good. He's so good I didn't know until right now.
There. Well, you don't really pay attention to a lot of this
I
stuff.
do not. I watch during the game, so this whole thing with the draft, this is the first time I've actually watched the draft in my life.
Merry Christmas, Bill. Merry Christmas.
I'm 28.
Merry Christmas, Bill. Merry Christmas.
It's May. It's not even May. It's April. Son of a bitch.
You know what? There's so many. Happy fucking birthday, Bill.
Thank you.
But that's kind of what a lot of the Eagles fan base's like dream scenario is. Because so a lot of the executives actually had Jahmyr Gibbs not too far off from Bijan Robinson. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to see necessarily if they're going to get him, if he's going to go to a different team. But now the pick is in. All the Eagles' office looks very happy with their pick. I'm pretty confident it's Jalen Carter. Before the pick is announced, though, I do want to say, too, I was very confident that the Ravens would not let go of Lamar Jackson, and they have not. They have signed him to a deal for 5 years, pretty much the exact same thing as Jalen Hurts, just maybe
All
like
right.
$3 million more.
Good for him.
So both, and I'm using air quotes, running back QBs got paid, and both within the span of a month are the highest paid QBs ever. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. But I did say a while ago that I did not think the Ravens were going to let him go. But what I do think is going to happen is that the Ravens will trade for DeAndre Hopkins with their pick.
That's a
I
good
think
move.
that's because they're saying a lot of the execs are saying that DeAndre Hopkins is going to get traded today. So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
Hurry up.
Roger Goodell, get your fat ass out here.
God
We
damn.
have been waiting all night for it.
Don't make me call Dave. I will
Don't
call
make us
Dave.
call Dave.
Dave, hurry up. Yell at him.
Bijan, I love you. You're cool, but get off the stage. We got a pick to get picked.
Not-
I'm gonna flip this table in a
Flip the
second.
table. I dare you.
No, I got a lot of.
I was going to
we-
say,
we
there's
got
a lot of
here.
stuff on here that we
Yeah,
don't
it's
want
not
to
just mine anymore either.
Yeah.
And it's not only is everything gonna get flipped, everything's gonna get wet from the liquor and everything. So
Oh my God, I am yawning nonstop, though.
yeah, because you're a fucking grandfather.
It's also
Your bedtime is 8 p.m.
It is.
Actually, I'm gonna say 9
I
a.m.
was gonna say I also didn't go to sleep until 1 in the afternoon.
1 in the afternoon.
1 in the morning
Okay.
last night. No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. And then I woke up at 7.
Well, for you that seems a little.
I actually woke
outlandish.
up and felt like crap because I didn't get good sleep.
That's my whole life.
I hate it.
You're just never tired until 1, 2 a.m. in the morning, and then you got to wake up at 7 in the morning. I don't know how I'm running on this, but I'm confident I'm going to crash soon. So this is what the Eagles did to trade up to the 9th pick. They traded the 9th overall pick for the 10th. So the Eagles received the 9th overall pick. The Bears got the Eagles the pick right behind it, the 10th overall pick, and the 4th rounder. So
In
that's
2024.
In 2024, yes. So Bears were kind of like, you know what, you're not going to pick the guy we want. It's fine. We'll get some more draft capital.
What if they pick the guy
down
that
the
they
line?
want?
I don't think the Bears want to. What I'm confident to say is Jalen Carter. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens here. I need Roger Goodell to get his fat ass on the stage.
Hurry up, please.
The pick has been in for approximately 7 minutes. I got friends to go drink with. Bill's got a bed to go sleep with.
I'll drink with friends tomorrow. I also have golf fitting to do. I got golf
You
clubs
do
to
have
fit
golf
it.
fitting.
BXG
This is
represent.
the last time you'll see this arm.
Oh yeah, you're
bare
getting a
bones.
tattoo soon.
Yeah, I'm getting a tattoo. So
I know you wanted to get your initials on me.
That's not what I'm getting.
I didn't even say that.
All right, Roger Goodell, the Eagles, with the 9th overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. The Eagles select Jalen Carter.
Oh my God.
He is going to be so fucking good, Bill. You have no idea.
He better be
You
happier.
have
He looks like he's
no
crying.
idea. He is crying. He's literally crying.
Better be tears of joy though. Okay,
He's-
it's tears of joy.
he's crying. Yeah, no, he wanted to come here.
Okay, good.
He wanted to come here in Seattle. I think it's a great fit. Like I said earlier in the podcast, I think that Jacoby Dean and Jordan Davis will keep
Somebody
him in
get
check.
that man a cheesesteak.
And
With wit.
dude, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter together on that D line is
Yeah.
going to be disgusting. But since I know Bill has a bedtime to get to, and I got some celebrations to get to, my name's AJ.
And I'm Bill.
And thank you for listening to the semi-live version of the A&B Sports Media
The podcast.
Please, please, please tweet us at AB Sports Media and reach out to Bill and AJ. What is it?
Bill and AJ Media at gmail.com. Fucking do it.
Thank you. So,
Thank you.
All right. Deuces.
Take care.
If gambling has become a problem for you or for someone you know, please call 1-800-GAMBLER to seek free, confidential 24/7 problem gambling assistance. You can also text SUPPORT to 53342 to get more information about problem gambling behavior.